more of a positive interpretation, and I feel like black void is a more shadow negative interpretation, if that gives you a dualistic symbolism. I'd much rather be dying into a white light, I feel like, instead of a black light. I feel like the black light would be lonely and scary. The white light seems more accepting. But yeah, so after we talked about repressive and the reactive nature, we move into the gift frequency. So the gift frequency is discrimination, and discrimination is basically, so when you hear the word discrimination, we think mostly negative things. You think, oh, racism, this. But it's actually can be seen as a positive trait because it allows you to discriminate what and who is healthy for you in your reality. And it gives you the power to be able to discern, like we were saying, the frequency vibrations behind words, irregardless of the words. So the great discriminators of life are food critics. They can be very in their artistic sense, like poets, artists, teachers, educators, and that they're able to.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan probably.
Well, no, I've heard other, like Brian Callen and them, they said he's like always had this ability that if he just like, he can just sense that someone's like not good or not genuine, and he's like, no, fuck that guy, and walks away. He said like Joe's been like that his whole life, and he's like, if Joe feels some type of way about him, he don't need an explanation or nothing. He's just like, I don't want anything to do with this guy, and then just exits him out. And he said Brian's always struggling with like meeting weird people and then like taking them in, and then they end up like stealing from him or doing whatever. And he says he has like no way of like knowing, but that Joe Rogan's always had it. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, so it was saying that at this level of discrimination, you can use vanity and use that urge to be better and turn it into art and turn it into like the creative aspects.
Turn it into a podcast? Well, one thing I wanted to say about discrimination was that like you only really realize like how much you need discrimination until you like start to have like some level of success, I feel like. But because when you don't have success, you're willing to say yes to anything and anyone. You know, like if you're not doing well or you're not well off, you're willing to accept any opportunity or any friendship or any opportunity, right? But once you become successful and you essentially on your way to success, you realize that you don't have enough time and that you're essentially constantly putting these beautiful ideas that you have to like death, essentially. Like, this is a beautiful idea and I wish I could make it happen, but I do not have time. Goodbye. And it is sad. It's like, man, I wish I could fucking do this because I would do it, you know? But no, you gotta put it to bed. You gotta put it down. And then as you come through this process, you get better. You actually realize that you're always being bombarded with opportunities and relationships and friendships and people wanting to get you to do this and wanting you to do that. And you have to like pick and choose. Like now you have to be very careful who you spend time with because you only have so much time. But every time you go and do something with someone else that cuts opportunities that you had with someone else or whatever, it's like, we have to cut into our own like time where instead of eating out and go and watch movies and playing Call of Duty, we have to schedule time for our podcast and we have to study. We have to gain the next thing that we're doing, prepare and do all this stuff. So it's like, we have to sacrifice the time that we spend together just for our own ideas. And then it's like, you know, if I don't even have time to hang out with you, what are the chances I'm going to take that time to hang out with someone else? It's like, man, you got to be up to a certain standard if you really want to like take my time from me. Cause I just don't have a lot of it. It's like, dude, I'm busy, you know?